what is considered a third-party service. So it's something about the group. It won't let it share in there now. So I gotta share it on the regular on my regular Facebook page and on the Let Me Talk page, just not in the group. I don't know why. So I gotta share it from my page to the group. It's crazy. StreamYard changes shit up every 2 months.
Did you talk to the dude?
Who?
The one that wouldn't let nobody talk.
Oh, Wayne, yeah, I had him up. I told him next time, like he was welcome to join us again. He said he would. He said he ain't take it personal. He get it, but like I told him, I said, like we just got your format. Like you can't do that. Like
right,
you got to be able to finish your thought. You know what I mean? You got to let people finish it, and then we can still have the conversation. And I told him, I said it wasn't like you were saying stuff that wasn't, you know what I mean, making sense. But you gotta let everybody give their perspective. But no, he was like, he might join us again soon. It's all good, like I told him. Good people. Greg, what up, Greg?
He's a good dude to talk to because he real knowledgeable stuff. It's just like you said, we gotta make sure everybody can get talk.
Yeah, like I mean, the conversation is needed. You know what I mean? I get it, but we gotta be able to, you know what I mean? Got to be able to have a conversation though. If you saying something and I'm trying to respond and you keep interrupting me,
yeah, you don't never get to hear nothing.
Conversation ain't gonna be right.
And that's what most people do anyway. What up, Axel?
Well,
a lot of people don't like to. They don't listen to the content. They just wait for their chance to respond. Not saying him. In general, right. I'm just saying a lot of people do that shit.
What up, Mo? What up, Jim? What's good?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, man, listen, man. Whole lot of shit going on since the last time we talked. I'm gonna start off with this. Bleach blonde, bad body. Butch, what is bad built Butch body?
Yeah. That shit was tripping.
Jasmine Crawford, we love you, sister. We love you.
Did you actually see how they was in there talking?
Yeah.
Man, that government childish.
Yeah, old girl got off that little, you can't hear me through the fake eyelash. I was like,
I'm sitting there saying like, this in the house.
She cooked shit out of those.
That's in our highest government. And she cracking jokes about somebody's eyelashes.
Well,
I was like, damn, that shit was wild.
Even with that though, we don't get no respect in there. Even at the highest level of government. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was wild though.
They all childish in there. Like the dude that was running stuff, he doesn't know the rules of how to. I was embarrassed to see. I was embarrassed to see that shit, bro.
It was terrible. But look, she fought. She swung back. She got her shit off. If it was a battle rap, that'd have been a rebuttal. That'd have been fight. Girl said for the bottle bleach blonde.
But girl did a
built.
She did a what's the name, right?
You said what?
The white chick did a video. She did a workout video this morning.
Proving the point. Yeah, I saw a little clip of it.
You saw her working out and shit.
The point because she is shaped like a motherfucking.
She's
shaped like a cornerback.
That bitch. That flat ass.
She's shaped like a cornerback, so she called it. She called it. That's wild though, man.
But the embarrassing part to me is to literally sit there and they call themselves gentlemen and gentlewomen, and they sitting there having these fucking same dumbass arguments that people have on Facebook or the kids having in the goddamn schoolyard.
Fact.
I was shocked that I'm not shocked. I'm just like, where's all this animosity coming from through everybody and everything? Like, you can't have a decent conversation. But when your government, they should be ashamed they start putting that shit on TV.
I
Hold
agree.
on.
Like it was
I can hear you.
it was definitely a eye-opening scenario when I saw it though. I thought it was funny when she responded on how she responded. I really did.
I was not expecting that at all.
Listen, and she did it so classy. She
Yeah.
didn't yell. She ain't raise her voice. She
Still
didn't call her
never.
out her name. It was classy how she did it. Real classy.
She started tripping too.
Yeah, that was funny.
She started tripping to herself.
Was,
I was like, oh, that shit.
She said, I'm just asking the question.
Right, she didn't know. I'm just trying to clear it up.
I'm just trying to clarify.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify.
And we talk about them.
That shit had me crying, laughing, yo. I'm telling you.
Man, but you don't see the patterns that's going on in today's society, though. Like everything is in turmoil.
Yeah. Like it's because we've allowed everybody to say whatever they want, however they want, on whatever platform they want. And a lot of times, like that's why I say with certain topics that we talk about, I like to have a professional, a person that actually does it in the conversation, because me and you can research whatever, you know what I mean, to find out information. But if this is not something that we do every day or part of our everyday life or something we make money from doing, or is something that we involved in, like we just all we doing is giving our opinions on what we read.
Get the fuck out of here.
Whereas you have somebody that's doing this for a living and they having a conversation, they can be a part of the conversation. You know what I mean? And they can help the conversation stay in a path that's filled with information. We don't do that no more. Everybody has an opinion. Like it's to the point now where it's YouTube videos being put up and it's not even real people.
Yeah,
AI voices. And you can go on that joint and say anything now.
Yep.
I'm looking at a joint. Somebody posted an AI joint on that joint. They got Diddy kissing Morgan Freeman, bro.
I know, I saw that shit.
I was like, come on, yo. Anything like we live in, like it's a clickbait world now. Gab, what up, Gab?
What's
Boogie,
up, Gab?
Boogie, what up?
Yeah, everything is, son. It's ridiculous to keep saying that shit. Like, I don't know what
it just depends on what the topic is, Greg, on what we talk about as far as what the occupation is or what the person do. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're like, it's just a lot of people allowed to give an opinion as though it's a fact. And they have people that will believe it just because it's them saying it. And they'll run with that because they're saying it. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that's why I try to stay grounded in reality. Like, I don't know everything about everything. And if I'm talking about something that I think is beyond my scope of knowledge or research, I'd like to have somebody in the building or in the room that does that every day or that has more knowledge on that. Just like I said, so we can learn some shit because we like talking to motherfuckers and we like hearing and having conversations about shit. You know what I mean? Like the conversation we had last week, y'all can go back on YouTube and watch it. All the live streams we do is on YouTube. But it was a good conversation we was having last week. And everybody was passionate about how they felt about their point of view. You know what I mean? That we couldn't get through the whole conversation because, you know, Wayne started talking over. We was talking over each other, trying to stop this, change this, and do. So, you know, but it was a good conversation. And like I said, that's one of the things like I feel like you should be able to do. If you do a forum like this or a platform like this, or you streaming live, you gotta be able to have a conversation that you can agree to disagree. You know what I mean? Like you might not agree with what I say. You know what I mean? It's been times me and Mikey be on here talking and we don't agree. You know what I mean? But we understand that it's the conversation. And we're not going to squander a chance of a good conversation based on us wanting our opinion to be a fact. And that's what we run into a lot of times. And that's what you see a lot of times. So again, you know, it's not about the person. It's about, you know, the ability to let the other person talk. That's why we got to let me talk. You know what I mean? But for the most part, yeah, that I gotta figure out a way to talk to Jasmine. Was her name Jasmine Crockett? Gotta figure out a way to find you, Jasmine Crockett. If you see this, please holler at. Let me talk. I would love to have you on the platform just to speak. We ain't even got to talk about the. We ain't even got to talk about the bleach blonde, bad built body, bad built butch body. We ain't even got to talk about that. I just want to hear. I just want to hear what you was trying to get across before she was disrespectful. For real, for real.
Then when she tried to say, calm down. You know, you're getting a little bit too. You know how they do. They always motherfucking throwing stones at you, then hide their hands.
They call you a nigga and get mad when you start acting like one.
Yeah, hey Jim, I said that a while ago. I said that they're gonna start using that AI. I'm scared of that AI shit. Cause they can convict your ass. They can say anything with that shit. I said that shit when it first started. I don't even see how people use that shit to make faces when they was doing that shit.
When I saw that, I was like, oh boy, you gotta be careful with that shit.
What's the name of that movie? With Jamie Foxx. When they did all the AIs, but no, they cloned everybody.
Oh, they cloned Tyrone?
Clone Tyrone. That's the first thing popped in my mind. I was like, yo, fuck that shit. I'm good. God, I'm cute. God made me cute enough. I ain't fucking no AI.
Yeah, I don't need no AI picture on no, you know what I mean?
Nah, man.
I'm all right. Right, like you said, I'm already a handsome guy, so you know what I mean? I mean, after a while, it's fun. I get it. You know, every 8 months or so, social media get a trend, and that shit rock for like 3 weeks to a month, and then it die off, and it'd be something else by the holidays, by Thanksgiving, Christmas. It'll be something.
Yeah, something crazy.
Pookie, what's good, Pookie?
I ain't with that shit though. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Man, that AI shit crazy, man. Like when I heard Drake steal Snoop Dogg and Tupac, I was like, he lost the battle with that. Like nothing else he said was valid. I don't care what nobody said. Oh, he had no. When he did that shit, he lost. As far as I'm concerned.
They got motherfucking whole Tupac albums.
Yeah.
I been listening to that shit. I'm like, man, Tupac wouldn't have said that.
Facts.
That shit corny as shit.
Facts. I'm like, I gotta stop doing that to Pac, yo.
Then they did a song with Pac and Biggie.
Yeah.
And I was like, remember a while ago, I was like, man, they need to take that shit. They need to stop that shit. That shit's spooky.
Yeah, like it's too much now. Like, and pretty soon that AI gonna be in charge of every fucking thing.
Like what's the movie? Demolition Man.
Oh, Wesley Snipes, Simon Phoenix.
Yeah, that shit remind me of.
That should remind me of motherfucking Minority Report, yo.
That too.
The joint with Tom Cruise.
You see what Doobie said? Um,
It's Let Me Talk to a Podcast, dude. When you go into YouTube and type it in, it's gonna be a green L. You'll see it when you
can you put
when
me
you
some
log
tea
in on there.
in the freezer?
Dude, if you try to join the conversation, I gotta send you another link. That link that you got is an old one, so it ain't gonna work. Malachi, what's going on with you? But
What's up, Malachi?
if you want to join, anybody want to join, let me know. Send me your email, and I'll send you the link. You know what I mean? Because I've been reading some more up on that bricks shit that dude was showing me about too.
Man, that shit heavy right there.
Yeah, yo, like listen, all they need is like 30% of the world to agree to it. And with the countries represented in the
You can check it out.
acronym, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and now it's like 6 or 7 other countries.
I want juice.
Your juice is always in the freezer.
Yeah, I'm not drink. Oh, I thought you was letting me drink that.
If all of them agree, to it, this shit could take the value out the American dollar.
They ain't gonna take it. The only reason why
not in America, not in America, but over there, yeah.
No, what I'm saying is the only reason why not, that should have started. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but shit like that start a lot of problems. Because then when wartime come, a motherfucker start fucking with you and stop sending you money, because that's America shit. America will threaten your ass and tell you, well, we ain't gonna send you shit and we ain't got no back for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit, yeah, that's a lot of, we can do a lot of research on that shit. Because every time I read that shit, it get deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm scared. I'm scared of all the AI shit.
If you want to join us, yo.
I'm scared of all that AI shit. One day I looked on my phone. This motherfucker tell me how many miles I rode on my motorcycle and how many miles I rode on my car. Now, how the fuck you know that? Separated the miles for the month.
At the end of the month, Google Maps do the same thing. It send me you drove this many miles this month. This is this much more than you did the month before. Yeah.
But how you know I was on my motorcycle?
If you use maps.
I don't say I'm on my motorcycle.
You said what?
How the fuck do they know I was on my motorcycle?
Your location was on, so it know you moving.
I know, but I'm on my motorcycle.
You've never tried to track a destination with your motorcycle on Google Maps?
How do you know that I'm on my motorcycle, not my car? It's separated them.
Yeah, well, that I don't know.
No, real talk. It's separated. It showed me how many miles I drove in my car, and then it said you did these many miles on your motorcycle. I'm sitting there like, what the hell? How the hell y'all know that?
Yeah, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. Ashley said a dude was arrested for being in the back seat of his self-driving car.
Hey, no, but I would do that.
Yeah, nah, that's too far for me. I'm good. I'd rather drive myself or somebody drive me. The day I say go ahead and drive, you got it.
Yeah,
so
that's
already had so many accidents with that shit already though.
I mean, I get it. My life a little bit more valuable. I'd rather have it in my own hands than a computer.
All facts. 100%.
Each his own, but I'm not letting no sitting in no car or that bitch drive me nowhere. And can you get that as an insurance claim?
Probably so. Jim talking about y'all want to I ain't want no goddamn self-driving
No,
car.
I ain't never want. Nah, I definitely don't want that shit, Jim. I ain't even gonna lie to you,
Ashley
bro.
say that much trust in the world.
Mm-mm.
Hell no.
I mean, is that shit? What's up, Tammy?
Tammy, what up, Tammy?
But real talk, is that like, is that covered under your driving, your car insurance?
I believe some insurance companies, but I think it make your rate higher though.
It got to do something, because
I think it make your premium higher because they not putting no trust in the motherfucking computer to drive you safe. So I think I would assume we good, Tammy. Glad to see you join in. Jim dumb as shit, yo. Nigga said y'all was waiting for the Back to the Future. I wasn't waiting for none of that shit. I wasn't gonna fly on that shit.
I'd rather have that than a car driving me around.
I'm good. I am good. But yeah, that's wild, yo. Like it's too much. It's like they really try to be like the Jetsons. But you gotta remember back shit in the 80s, they said by 2000, by 1995, 2000, the cars was gonna be flying. So
Man, we like we about 15 to 20 years behind technology that they already have.
yeah.
But I remember them. Yeah, I seen that ugly Tesla truck. That bitch 150,000 dollars, some shit like that.
Big ass box of 4.
Bruh, I asked the dude at the car show where the mirrors at. They don't need no mirrors. The whole, you can see everything on the screen around you. We got the big ass Tesla screen. Ain't no mirrors. The bitch got a one windshield wiper longer than my damn leg. It's way longer than my arm, but the one windshield wiper longer than my leg. And when I looked in there, and I was like, dude, where your mirrors? You can see around the whole entire vehicle.
I don't know.
They claim it's almost damn near impossible to have an accident. Somebody got hit you.
Yeah, till you have an accident.
No, I'm saying somebody got to hit you from that self-braking and all that shit and all them safety features.
You said they ain't make them for Icon. Hell no.
Put what Tammy said up there, yo.
I can't put it up there because it ain't popping up on my comments in here. She said, y'all know after the shooting of those children last week, it was another child on a high school bus with a gun. One of the kids seen it, and it was reported to the police, but the gun was never shot. He just had it. That means he had it at school all day.
Damn.
That's crazy. Ashley said, don't nobody want to drive no refrigerator. That's wild, y'all. Like, listen, I pray for the youth every day.
Me too, son.
I pray for them every day that they find a reason to change their mindset.
Can you blame that dude for carrying a gun in school though?
Listen, yo.
Like real talk.
That's wild. I didn't times is tough, man. Like I said, man, you show love where you can, and that's about it, man. Like, but trying to go out there and I ain't never think I would feel like that. You know how I feel about being in the community and shit. I ain't never thought I would feel like that.
Oh man, wow.
Shit wild though, man. Like you can't even go out there. And I salute everybody who do. I salute those of you who still in the community. Miss Donna got her grill over Eastport. She got her grill. She got her. I think she got her little gazebo joint too. So shout out to her over there. And like that's definitely a testament of a person putting some energy in the air and benefiting from that energy. Because as long as we've been watching her, she's been talking about this needing this and this and that for over there, and now it's coming to play. So I'm happy for her. Miss Donna, congratulations to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely dope. And it's so those are the things that kind of make me not give up on the people when I see stuff like that. Because you like I said, when you put a certain amount of energy out there in the community and you want to build and do better, and you you find other people that have that same mindset, like that's a beautiful thing. Hopefully somebody can reach the youth, like, and it might be that one person out there, like it might be that one person out there that can bring this shit to happen, like Luke Skywalker, you know what I mean, and bring the force back. But
I was watching all these videos yesterday, man, all these movies and shit about sports, and it kind of got to me because I won't coach and shit anymore, right? And something crossed my mind, and it kind of stuck with me all day yesterday. I was sitting there thinking about how, like, I'm afraid of my own people.
crazy.
Like, I used to feel safe around that people. I don't feel safe, especially around when I see a group of youngins walk up. I don't feel safe around them. And I always speak, and I'm gonna tell you, most of them don't even say hello. They'll look right in your face and won't even say hello to you.
Yeah,
So you don't know how to take them.
I see a group of youngins I speak to, like, we were good, gentlemen. How y'all doing? Everybody
That's how I
good?
do. I'm like, how y'all doing, sir?
Yeah, I try to speak to anytime I see a kid out walking, like it's, and just if they walk past me, how you doing, sir? Or how you doing? You know what I mean? Like, and hoping, like, because I always, I just always felt like when you say sir or stuff like that, might, if a person hear it enough, then they might start using that language. So again, that's why I said I believe in my people a lot. I believe in us. I think we can make it, but we gotta fix some things, man. It's wild. Let me see.
Nah, Jim, look, we care about the shit that happened in the other communities and shit.
Yeah.
But because it affects us all.
Facts.
Everything, all that shit, even though it's happening, it might happen in DC, Baltimore. That shit affect us all because you got to think about this. It's always 90% of it is black on black crime for one thing. And then, like, if you go to, like, I went to Baltimore a couple of years back, and I was putting some cameras up on this old folks home that they had just built. I seen these shorties out there hustling all day long. And when they finally got a chance to walk over, I seen them walk over. You could see the guns bulging out their pants. They asked me, was I police? I got my company name on. You see the van right there. I'm like, nah, but we are putting cameras up. They're like, so they're going to shine them out here? I'm telling them information because I felt like I had to. Because
no, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, I ain't got no weapon. There's like 7 or 8 of them.
I get it.
And they being as cool as possible, but you could tell they on that tip. So I'm like, yeah. I say, man, but listen, I'm just giving y'all a bit of advice. When they put these cameras up, these cameras can see pimples on your face. So if y'all got something going on over here, this ain't the spot. It ain't forward facing. They're not facing that way. but the cameras over there are facing that way. So if y'all do something and they want to shine them bitches and find y'all, they gonna come and find. They can look on these cameras, and you know everybody say the same thing. You can't use that in court, bro. They can use that
They can
to
use
see
whatever
you,
the fuck they want.
right? But they don't need using it in court. They can see you, and then they can start watching you. I don't understand why they don't get that shit. They don't need the evidence because you're gonna do something else. Once you do something dumb, 9 times out of 10 you do something else.
Like they gotta stop believing that these motherfuckers can't use whatever they want, and keep on believing that shit. Keep on believing. Oh, well, they can't use this because of this statute. Yeah, okay. The motherfucking feds will find a way to get that shit in. You see what happened to, and we're gonna talk about that shit. You see what they did to your boy? Did that? Your boy did that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. If y'all don't think the government, if y'all don't think the LA County people leaked that fucking video, yo, come on, man. Come on, man.
6
And
years
that
old.
guy, man, jeez Louise.
I'm tired. I can't flip through shit without seeing his name. I'm tired of seeing his name.
And you know why though, yo? Because he was so adamant about he didn't do shit. It was lies.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with Bill Cosby. The exact same thing. The reason the shit is so hype because he on a soapbox talking about this and that and whatever, and now that's making motherfuckers dig into your past now.
Yeah.
Diddy, you sitting around like they've been saying this shit about this nigga for years that he was a wild freaky nigga. So now it's just showing. And you running around talking about, like, he literally 2 months ago said this is all slander to make my name, this, that, whatever, what have you. And now the video pops up. Not only does a video pop up, but a video about a specific incident that she named.
Everything
that you said
coming
was
out
a lie. You said it didn't happen.
Hey, I don't know, but
oh well.
It's crazy how they it's crazy how like this I'm so confused about people, man. I think it's just because they're doing the dumbest shit. Diddy gotta think like this. He had to, I mean, let me put it to you in my own words. You sit there and every time somebody come up, they asking you about a party. Every time somebody get on a platform, oh yeah, you need to go to one of Diddy party. You need to be at when I mean, you didn't think. See, the first thing I would have thought to myself was this. Everybody keep mentioning my name. So if I am doing something foul, it's thousands of people saying my name. Out of 1,000 people, somebody gonna say something fucked up or somebody liable to snitch on something. You got the Black Panther Party, Dr. King, all of these other associations. The government just jumped in and destroyed them. And you think they're gonna do something with you, and you got one of the most popular names out there on the set, and you doing filth? Come on. Like, do these motherfuckers actually be thinking? That's what getting under my skin about it.
It's not about common sense, yo. It's about power. It's about power and being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, at the moment that you want to do it. And not caring about the repercussions because you have enough people around you who are too scared to not even warn you about it, let alone go against you. Because, like, if somebody in his inner circle released that video, I'd be surprised. But nobody's going to tell me that that wasn't leaked by the LA County government. Because they say, so what I'm saying is, yeah, Jim said crazy how people wanted R. Kelly head, but pussyfooting around. The difference with R. Kelly and Diddy is this. R. Kelly was proven to be with minors, bro. He wasn't just trafficking, he was child trafficking, bro. That's why. And at that time, that was a hot topic. You see what they keep saying, Diddy? They keep throwing that sex trafficking in there. They
But
keep
you know
throwing sex trafficking in there. And this is the crazy part about it. What a lot of people don't understand. Certain sexual acts are illegal in certain states.
right.
Like in Maryland, it's against the law to get oral sex. So now what you have is you have all of these government places and these officials going and really looking at the law now, as far as when it comes to trafficking and when it comes to sexual acts and when it comes to this kind of shit.
Yeah.
So now a woman can say, "Oh yeah, I was there. Yeah, he did this. Yeah, I gave him head. He put him head." And they're gonna go look at them law books and be like, "Yep, that's illegal. Sodomy is illegal." Like I believe, 37 states, sodomy is illegal. In 37 states, I believe. And if you don't know what sodomy is, please go look it up. But sodomy is anal sex, and that's illegal. That's illegal in 37 states, I believe.
Man, it's crazy, man. I
Listen,
just don't know how they do. I be trying to figure out why these dudes don't be thinking, man. He right, you know, they once you start doing stuff, but the thing that like it's so heartbreaking because of Diddy, because the way he came from, he fucked over everybody his whole career, and you talk about karma. But here's the craziest shit. Have any of y'all been listening, hearing anything like they talking about Biggie like this? Have any of y'all been hearing anything about Vince McMahon?
no.
Man, Vince McMahon is being investigated for the same guy. That's why he stepped down from wrestling. I've been posting this shit every week. I post something about him down there every week. Vince McMahon is up for sex trafficking and having sex with minors, and wrestlers and shit is coming out. I'm telling you, everybody coming out on Vince McMahon. Yo, I post something about him every week. And don't nobody comment on that shit. Don't nobody say nothing. I post videos. Don't nobody say nothing about him. But every time you mention something about Diddy, you get 1,000 fucking comments.
I was watching the joint, The Dark Side of the Ring, and they was talking about the other dude too, Pat Patterson.
All of them.
That was like basically like Vince McMahon right-hand man. They say he was the one going around getting motherfuckers for real, the young boys and everything, underage, all of that shit. Pat Patterson. Look up Pat Patterson in WWE.
Oh, and I saw that. I watched it.
Yeah,
he Pat Patterson used to be he was one of the main wrestlers back in the day. I watched the Dark Side of the Ring with the Cody what's the name, son? Shit. I forgot his father name. Dusty Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, Dustin Rhodes.
All them. I watch all that shit. But yeah, Jaguar Wright. People think Jaguar Wright crazy. Jaguar Wright ain't crazy, man. Jaguar Wright seen a lot of shit, and they ruined her life, and now she's back for revenge.
This is the thing.
Every time somebody say something bad about Jaguar Wright, receipts start popping up. Everywhere. When she was talking about how when Diddy and them first started that, she was like, I've been telling y'all this shit for years. They made me disappear. They made what's the name disappear? Wendy Williams. Look how crazy them bitches is. Wendy Williams gone crazy. They know what they doing. Everybody that put their hands in that pot. What's up, Ty?
What up, Ty?
They all going down, man. Even they were saying how they try and say that Diddy had something to do with Michael Jackson getting killed. Clive Davis, all them bitches filthy, man.
Listen, at the end of the day,
Prince too.
at the end of the day, it'll be a situation where some more people gonna get hemmed up. Like it's
And Diddy gonna take a whole
it's
bunch of people down, son.
it's crazy because when you really look at like BJ, what up, BJ?
Yeah, Lil Kim said some shit about him.
I believe it, yo. Like the girl Aubrey O'Day. Like this is the thing, yo. Like they keep saying something happened with Usher, and now they're saying something happened with Justin Bieber too.
Man, you will see. Yep, Whitney too.
Yeah,
Justin
Clive Davis with Whitney Houston facts.
That what's up with you, B? Yeah, they're gonna get Jay-Z next. Jay-Z going down. Jaguar Wright gonna make sure that motherfucker go down. If he don't go down, man, it's some crazy shit. Like they saying that nigga keeping Beyonce drugged up. They all of them dudes. If you check their list of females, all them Bammers was on young ass girls back in the day. That's all they did.
Ultimately, like, yeah, because like it's when you think about the people that like are considered like the GOATs or the stars now, when these dudes really started in hip hop in the late 90s, a lot of these dudes was grown, like already. Like Jay-Z was 30 damn near when Reasonable Doubt came out. DMX was damn near 30 when Dark and Hell is Hot came out. Like, so when you look at the dynamic, like all of them dudes was messing with young girls. Like Puffy, baby mother, Misa Hilton, she was 16, 17.
Yeah, they
was messing with each other. Like, it's so when you really go back and look at it, like Foxy Brown saying she had sex with Jay-Z when she was underage. Like, it's, and as crazy as it is,
and Aaliyah had them niggas going crazy.
At that time, motherfuckers just wasn't looking at it as a bad thing. Like, and it just wasn't. Like, think about it. Aaliyah went from R. Kelly to Jay-Z and Dame Dash within like a 3-year time frame span. Now,
she said she was never. They say that she was never messing with Jay. They said he tried his hand.
He liked her, but she liked Dame more.
And that's why they killed. You know, they saying that Aaliyah was killed so that goddamn Beyonce could have her game up because everybody was on Aaliyah on that Aaliyah tip back in the day.
Well, I've always felt like Beyonce got her whole style from A. Marie. Like as far as Destiny's Child, no. But once she went solo with the little tank tops and the Daisy Dukes, A. Marie was really the only one really doing that at the time.
And just but like my daughter told me, my daughter was like, I'm like trying to figure out why they like Beyonce so much. So my daughter was like, she write inspirational music. So I go and I listen to that shit. And I'm listening to my thinking, now this is my blood doing. I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck do you mean? I mean, the Church Girl song, all those songs are filthy. Those songs ain't inspiring. So I went and I kept listening, right? Beyonce worships a goddess of fertility. What the hell? I was just reading it the other day. I was reading it so I can bring it up. And she said in her songs a lot. It's like a goddess of water or some shit, and it's real deep on what she's doing. You could tell she deep into this character that she loves, but all of this stuff they doing is almost like satanic. If you look at people said I was bugging, but if you think I'm bugging, go look this shit up yourself. Beyonce had album covers. She did one with a black horse, one with a white horse, one with it represents the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Four horsemen of the apocalypse. Right.
She does the shit. They're doing the shit right in front of your face. They keep putting the rock up. That Rockefeller shit ain't theirs. The Eye of Horus. Just seen the show motherfuckers rocking the eye. They opening up floodgates. I seen Nicki Minaj on a fucking video talking that she has demons, and the demons come out of her when she starts singing, and she says she sold her soul to the devil, and it's putting that shit right in front of your face. Something like, how the fuck do these people keep allowing their kids to listen to this shit? Remember when we went to this nigga Travis Scott? They went to his show and people were saying they felt some type of way. All I'm doing, one of my favorite singers is Sam Smith. When Sam Smith came in, he like a nerdy ass looking geeky type white boy. Next thing I know, he on stage with a whole devil suit on, wearing red, all this other shit. I mean, I knew he was gay, but I don't give a damn that he gay. But listen to them like, oh, these bitches is straight up and down weird.
You know why? And it's gonna sound crazy, but it's gonna sound crazy, but listen to the sense it makes. Michael Jackson, the majority of his fans have been fans since he was a kid, and they was kids, so they grew up with him. Beyonce started when she was a teenager. A lot of her fans grew up with her. So Lil Wayne, the reason that Lil Wayne, people consider him the best rapper dead or alive. His fans, a lot of his fans have been his fans since he was a kid, and they were kids. So they grew up with him. So when you have that kind of hold on a person, especially at a young age, sometimes, you know what I mean? Like that person becomes a part of who you are. So the songs, it might not be inspirational, it might not sound inspirational to you or me because we listening to it for something else, but your daughter's not listening to it from that angle. She's listening to it as this is somebody who I've watched grow up, and I grew up with her, and I became a woman, she became a woman. And some of the things that I used to become a woman, probably I learned from her, or I heard in her music, or the feelings that you see what I mean? So that's why you have a legion of fans that won't believe that she's doing crazy shit. Just like you have Michael Jackson fans that would never believe that he was doing the shit that they said he was doing. You'll have some Bill Cosby fans that will never believe that he said it, but they'll never believe it because they grew up with him, listening to him and understanding him. Yeah. All of them, it's wild.
She says this name. She says this name a lot. How you pronounce it? Oshan. She says this name in her song, so I finally went and looked it up. It's deep. She actually think that's who she is, yo. And if you look up the person, the goddess of and you read all that stuff, she is considered one of the most powerful of all. It's crazy. It's deep, yo. Like they go beyond stuff. And the craziest thing about it is why I tell you sometimes, I mean, you might hear me say this a lot, but I always say that when I went through depression, I started going beyond. I started getting signs to stop seeing things exactly what's going on in front of you. And it was showing me to do more research beyond some of the research because they can put right in plain sight what they want you to read. But you can go and find more shit beyond that shit. And some of the shit, once you start doing it, it start being internal. It's hard to explain, but I don't talk about certain shit with certain people because sometimes it make me feel like I'm crazy. Because this shit that they doing, I started researching so much stuff because I had so much time on my hand and I was broken at the time. And when you broken, you start feeding shit in your soul, and sometimes it get misinterpreted. And that's why I stopped. I had to lay back some off of doing a whole bunch of shit because I was learning stuff and it was taking me beyond myself, beyond the person that you see. And when I read this stuff about the shit that they doing as actors and musicians, I see why they mind fuck because they don't take a break from that shit. They turn into somebody else. I watch Jim Curry do it. Mel Gibson. You see all these different actors and singers, they all are going beyond who they really are, and they Xing out things that we're normally known for. Especially as a race like us, we're known for religion. We're known for having faith in God and Jesus, and all of these other things that they're worshiping is pushing them beyond those thoughts. And now you can see the outcome of it. They push Jesus out, they push God out, and most of these people are going fucking crazy. They're losing their minds. You right, Tammy, they got a lot of death on their hands. They sacrificing people, kids. They say Bobby Whitney was a sacrifice. I look at all this shit and I be thinking to myself, like, I remember I used to want to be famous. I ain't no fucking way I want to be famous. I'm scared of them motherfuckers. I definitely wouldn't hang with them. You don't sit back sometimes and think to yourself, like, people like Jay-Z, Diddy, all of them, they come from the hood and they built empires to do a bunch of nonsense. Like, this shit they be doing is nonsense. I guess I don't understand it because I ain't that type of human being. But that's wild as shit. Steve, where you at, man? See, got his fucking bootleg ass cable. My Batman knife. I just don't get. I don't get what's going on in society. That's why I fell back from all that shit. I fell back from a lot of shit. Even the stuff that I learned, I stopped talking about. I used to post stuff on Facebook all the time. I get people all in my inbox talking, act like I think I know everything, saying I'm crazy, all this other shit, trying to contest stuff that I studied that they didn't study, telling me that I'm wrong or something. I never said I was right about nothing. All I'm doing is telling you what I seen or what I learned. And I always say it because I got this from Bishop Craig. Bishop Craig used to always tell us when we was in church, he said, "You don't gotta believe what I say. Go back and look it up yourself. Go back and do some research on that chick that Beyonce thinks. If you listen to her songs, she turned into this chick. If you look, who was it? Was it DMX? DMX. Here we go. I'm talking when I talk about God, I'm talking about the God that we grew up on. I'm a Christian, so when you ask me, what God I'm talking about, I'm always gonna talk about the same God. That's the God I grew up on. That's just how we do. But anyway, See that shit you talking right there? That shit ain't true. Because Christianity been out way, way before slavery. I mean, y'all say that, but I mean, we can have a conversation about that if you want to come on here. But I know I'm not hearing you because you need to come on here and talk. Because you could take text messages out of context. But our God is not the slave master God. That's a bunch of nonsense to me. Because religion was out way before slavery. Christianity was out way before slavery. And it dates back. You can go look it up yourself and find out dates. Some of the biggest complaints is because the terminology of stuff. And I tried to say this last week, but the terminology of stuff has changed. If you put 10 people in a line, 15 people in a line, and you whisper something in one of them ear, by the time we get to the end of the line, there's gonna be a lot changed in that conversation. But the fact that the conversation was happening is what we go off, and that's why we had a word faith. So if you want to come on here, you could talk, but telling me that my descendants of slaves and my God is your slave master's God, I don't even think that slaves were stupid enough to actually believe that, because the whole time slaves was doing stuff, they were singing songs to get away from their slave master. They was doing little things to escape. You know, the cornrows and shit. Some of them cornrows that they were putting in people's hands, shit was maps and all that type of shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for somebody to actually say that slaves was, I can't sit back and believe that. I don't think that they was that. I don't think they was that dumb. They were civilized people in their own country. They was more civilized than America. So I don't know all that. But I didn't hear all the stories about, the slave gods and all that shit. I didn't hear
I sent you the link. I sent you the link. I checked your messenger. I sent you the link. My belief is religion was twisted and has been and continues to be to fit narratives and agendas. The God that slave masters spoke about, I agree with that. I don't think I think slaves really didn't believe that was the same God.
Right, but they had to,
because they used to have their own church like processions. You know what I mean? Like slaves used to have church to themselves. You know what I mean? So for me, I've learned to understand religion, as an organization of beliefs.
Faith.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what most religions is. It's organization of belief. And
nobody don't make you go to church anymore. No one forces people to go to church. They say, it was forced down our throat. Ain't nobody sitting there believing, I don't know. I just, like I said, for me, I don't go off of what I just learned that, reading the Bible. I went beyond some stuff. I looked up other stuff. I looked up dates. I tried to find out. I found a lot of information about scrolls and all this other stuff. And like I said, to me, it's like, it's so much to learn that the people that's always trying to stir you from what you know, they can't have enough knowledge of it. Because it's so much to learn. They can't have enough knowledge of it. And you weren't there, and I wasn't there. So we can't just say that everything is true. That's why you gotta have faith. And that's what faith is. I don't defend religion. I don't defend none of that shit. But one thing I will tell you that you as another human being, another man, another woman, you can't tell me because you weren't there. So you can't take away from my experiences. I'm not gonna I wouldn't even allow that.
That's why I don't like I had to get out of debating religion, yo. Like
yeah, I don't like to debate it at all.
I can't because it's people will die over that shit. You know? Like people that are willing to die for what they believe in when it comes to religion, you know. So I try to more or less be objective when I listen because I'm not gonna sit and debate it with somebody that already has it in their mind that this is this way and this is what it's gonna be and this is how it should go. Okay, you got it. You know what I mean? Like I believe that you put the energy. I believe you put the energy in the air that's going to either benefit you or hurt you. And that's just my belief, though. You know what I mean? Do I believe that it's a higher power? Absolutely. We all should believe in. I mean, I'm not. Let me change that because the motherfucker gonna say, "See, I'm talking about." Do I believe that there's a higher power? Yes, I do. Do I believe that it's based on what you believe in yourself? I absolutely do. That's cool though, Jim. You have a right to not do that, and that's the thing of it. Like, you have a right to not believe in anything you don't want to, but you can't tell me I'm stupid or I'm wrong or I don't know what I'm talking about because I choose to believe different. And that was something I had to learn when speaking about religion to people. Just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean that it doesn't work for somebody else. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it's nothing to believe in. Like we got people that don't vote. We got people that don't get vaccinated. We got people that don't date outside their race because of what they believe. We got people that don't date other people from different religions because of what they believe and what they're willing to believe, and that's completely understandable. You got a whole congregation and party of people, a religion of people that believe that there is no God. So I get it. You know what I mean? Like it's completely however you want to express that in your belief system or no belief system. That's completely up to you. You know what I mean? And I will and I leave that with saying again, my belief is your spirituality is the most important thing. And religion can help you find it. Absolutely. You know what I mean? It can help you find your spirituality and your belief system. Absolutely can. But I can't knock you because I like Allah, you go with God. Like I can't go to war with you about that. I can't debate with you about that because I don't know what your life. I don't know what happened in your life that put you on the path of your belief.
That directed you there exactly.
So I can't say, oh, you like everybody gonna have their opinion. You know what I mean? But we can't. We stupid to sit here and say. I get that, Jim. I understand that. And again, like I said, you have the right to feel how you feel. Like that's totally your set of beliefs and totally your understanding on where you are right now in your path in life. That's cool. That's understandable. And I can't knock you for that. But and I'm not saying you are, but you can't knock a person because they choose to say, no, I believe differently than what you believe. Like we gotta, like that's one of the things we have to do that separates us too, more than anything, is just not willing to say, you know what, we can agree to disagree, and we can still be friends. We just can't talk religion.
I'm never gonna tell a Muslim.
We just can't talk. You see what I'm saying? Like That's the part that creates separation as far as I'm concerned. Not wanting to admit, not wanting to be willing to agree to disagree. You have people that won't let you get up from the table until you say, okay, what you saying is it, that's it, the end all be all, you right, I'm wrong.
Right.
No, that's not, and that's one of the biggest things that affect our people. Like I just like the more we have these conversations, the more like I come up with different, like, just my understanding gets a little bit better. Like it's not difficult to tell a person, okay, if that's what you feel, it's cool. That's not hard to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I can't, like I'm just not gonna argue. It's two things I don't argue. I don't argue religion. I don't argue religion, and I don't argue politics, because everybody believes that their opinion on those two topics sometimes is the end all be all to the conversation. Yeah. And I'm not doing that. Like we just I can't. Oh, Ula on here. Hold on.
That's true.
What's good, Ula? What's good? Check. Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear him a little bit. I can hear you loud and clear, see? You got your mic turned up, or you close to your...
Check.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you right. Who that? Oh, that's my boy right there. Hey. That man was crazy right there. That's my classmate. Hey, Skull, you see Craig Ireland, yo, passed away? That was our boy.
What's going on,
doing, sir?
Check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Yep. Loud and clear.
All right, bad. Yeah, so that conversation, right? This is my perspective. And I've been seeing this over the years, for many, many years. Those who don't study know none, right? So when you criticize spirituality with these words, you got to understand these words before you criticize it. And that's no fault to you guys, because I'm going to tell you now, most people I run into don't understand it. And when it was a time in my life, those words scared me, fed me, because there was no understanding of it. And when I say slave master, 400 years of bondage without having to read a Bible. And the Bible that they gave to you was a Bible that was altered by man. There is no bigger devil on this planet Earth than those who hold that Bible. It's not the Bible, it's the deity. You have to understand that. Now, when it comes to artists using these deities, a lot of times they don't even know what it is. It's these program directors, it's these stage prop directors, it's these white folks and other folks who give them this idea. And there is some truth. There is power to that. There is big power to that. You come from a people that dwelled on melanin. Your melanin was the key to your survival. So we put deities in place to represent those what we don't understand. The Greeks took it. I tell everyone, if you really want to understand the deities of African culture, look at the Greeks who stole it. You have a god of air. You have a god of light. You have a god of this and a god of that and the god of this and the god of hate and the god of love. They use these deities because people wasn't literate. All the knowledge was on walls, and the only people in society who could recognize that knowledge were priests. You understand me? They used to walk out. The average person will get their knowledge from what the priest would put on the wall. That same thing was done for cultures coming into, and not just Africa. We finding out now. We finding out now that we all ain't come from Africa. Not like that. We was all over this planet. They still trying to figure out what you did 1,000 years ago, and they can't figure it out. But here we are in this modern world, not understanding what we're seeing. We don't understand it. I'm gonna show you something. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Come here for a second. 1 second. Get that Haru single. Just grab that Haru sign real quick. I'm gonna show you something. It's very deep. The one you painted. My wife painted this. I want y'all to see this. It's deep. Before you have any deity of God, this existed. I know this right now. I know. I just want to show them this to give them a good example. Let me move this right here. All right. Just hold it real quick. Oh shit. Did I just lose them?
No, we here.
Can y'all still see this? Can y'all still see my camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, you good.
You see that? You see that deity right there? Okay. That's one of the top deities that we created to signify something. That signified God. That's Haru. Yes, that's it. Mm-hmm. That's a symbol. That's all. That's no devil worship. It's only devil to those who don't understand it. The only symbol that we know is the cross. It took me 20 years to get that white Jesus out of my brain, my brother. He ain't in there no more. He been gone. You understand me? The deities that belongs in my mind and my consciousness has been replaced because I now know and understand it. We have many deities. We've been on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years. We come from a great thing. They only been out here yesterday. That's what I mean when I say slave religion. They haven't been here that long. They haven't been here that long. So you have to understand what they're doing. They're good now to compare that to what we're doing in hip hop. People tell me now, what happened to the conscious rap that used to be around where we used to talk about things?
I don't know about that.
They cut that shit off because we was getting too deep for it, too deep with it. Right. They cut that shit off because they don't want you connected to who you really are. Now, this conversation can get deeper and deeper and deeper, right? But I don't want to do that. I want to keep it at a base level so you understand what you don't understand. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I've been where you are. I can look back and see where I've been where you are. The not understanding. Once you understand something, you get a better picture of it. There's a book I got. I ain't gonna show y'all this, but
one of the things. While you getting that book, one of the things when you say understanding,
right,
is everybody understands stuff that they want. Like the stuff that you explain to us, you're referring to a book. You're referring to another picture. You're referring to the stuff that was written on the Egyptian walls, right?
Right.
But can't nobody prove to you that everything that's written right there is interpreted the same way, and it's the same way they did it with the scrolls. You were not there, so you do not actually know what those symbols mean because they weren't using words. So by somebody explaining, what was the white dude name that they said he was the one that could read? He was the only person that could read the symbols on the walls. You know what I'm talking about? But how do you know? Hold on. How do you know that he interpreted everything correctly? Because it was interpreted by man. So all I'm saying is, when we keep going back and forth with stuff like that, you saying that we don't understand. You understanding what somebody else shared with you as well. because you weren't there. That's when we go back to the one word that we all have if you want it, and that's faith. You got to have faith in what you believe in. So with you saying that that's what you believe in, that's cool.
No,
but that don't make it always actual fact. Everything doesn't always lead back to fact.
Belief came later on. It's not a belief. It wasn't. It was never about belief. Belief came later. Knowledge of man. It all starts from knowledge of man. Food, clothes, shelter. That's where it's all right. So it was how is everything fed? Everything's fed from the sun to the plants to the fruit to the man. It's all simple. It's always been that simple. We confuse it. We make it difficult. I'm not saying what I'm saying. I'm not telling you what I'm saying to you. I'm getting knowledge from a man or a book. What I'm saying to you, you can research certain things and symbolisms to get understanding of it. Yes, you can do that. And sometimes you get that from books. Sometimes you get that from teachers. If I read a Bible and I'm getting knowledge,
you don't know if you actually get knowledge.
See, there you go. You asked exactly how I want you to.
That's what I'm saying about everything. I say that about everything.
So you saying so you have to feel it, right?
Faith.
Faith, right? It's called natural law. When you was a child and you went in that store and you stole that piece of candy, nobody had to tell you that. You felt it. Oh shit! I hope I don't get caught. That feeling right there, that feeling you get when you steal something, that's God's law. That's part of God's law. You feel it, so you're absolutely correct, right? But see, that's all been changed and interpreted and put fancy words behind. You know, so when you say faith, yes, it's faith. I have faith that humanity will be better. I have faith that my wife will never leave me. I have faith, but that's not guaranteed either. Right? That's not guaranteed. None of it is guaranteed. But the people that came before us tried to give us a better understanding of it. Tried to give us a better understanding of how we should live our lives. And they use symbolisms to do so. Everybody wasn't literate enough to just grab a piece of paper or a tablet and interpret it. Look at old Greek movies or movies that have Greeks in it. For some reason, they always got somebody in the background scribing something, but they're scribing something from something. It's not like they're just writing something. They're taking something and translating it. It's always been the point of translation that's fucking us up, right?
100% agree.
It fucks the translation fucks us up, right? So we need to understand that part, the part between what was carved in stone and what was written on leaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just when you go back and look at this shit, all you see is Europeans on the wall doing this. That's all they doing. All they doing. The first Bible didn't come till the 2nd century. It was this big. The personal Bible. Before that, it was never a Bible.
The scrolls are not. If you take all the information that was written on the scrolls, that actual Bible will be the size of a 10-story building.
Exactly.
The scrolls that they wrote on and to the way that you interpret the figures in the forms, everything, the Bible will be stacked so high that it wouldn't be read because it's a whole bunch of books of the Bible.
Very good. The Council of Nicaea, 325, where they picked and choose what was going to go into the Bible.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at everything that was, man, I was fortunate enough to travel the world a few times. Me and my wife. My wife is an artist. My wife grew up in Belgium. All right. I didn't meet her till she was 19 when she came to America. She was only in America for about 2 years. Right. Immediately, I knew that she had a different understanding than we did because of how things were taught. Right. Just recently, about 3 weeks ago, did you hear about what Putin did?
You gotta refresh my memory. I don't know.
So
He did so much shit.
The Russian president Putin,
Right.
just opened up the tombs of a 1,000-year-old book that shows icons.
Yeah, this year.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some would say, well, what difference does it make that Jesus was black, or he was white, or he was this, or he was that? Okay, then why we got all these images of what he's not then?
Yeah, symbolism is everything.
There you go. So tell me, so you can't tell me that you see an African symbol and think that this symbol is better than that.
No. It's this what we confusing with. The symbols that are being used are being titled. These things are being titled as something. So, like, all right, the interpretation of these things here in America,
Right.
are being, you know, just like all right, I'm gonna use Jesus for example.
All right.
When Jesus was born, the letter J was not even created.
Absolutely. It was
So,
Yeshua.
right. All of those stories were being told. There was Horus. There's several different names, but they all had the same exact story. They had a died and raised, was born, raised again, born to a virgin Mary. But we keep on saying Jesus, and so that's what we getting stuck on. If you take away all titles, you still got a story.
You still, but you have to realize with the J, right? That's man again. That's the Ashkenazis. That's the Ashkenazis. When you look it up, you see that these was Polish Germans. They did not want to participate in the World War. So they had to find a story, like you said, in the Bible that translates to them. That's the reason it's illegal to have a blood test in Israel, because they know they are not the chosen people of the Bible.
Yeah.
They took that. They took that. They basically took that. That's where the J came into play. That's again the translation. The translation. It all goes back to the walls. I'm telling you, bro. It all goes back to the walls, bro. It all goes back to the walls.
Yeah, I get it. But like I said, when I studied a lot about the stuff on the walls, the first thing popped in my head was, and I'm always be this type of person, is how do I know that guy interpreting these symbols are what those people meant back then? We got people saying that aliens made the goddamn pyramids.
Ridiculous. But you know what that is? But you know what that is? You're answering your own question.
I already know what it is.
Okay.
It's the same thing they do now. Those are distractions from showing who the pure people are.
All it is. They
that's
don't
all
want
it is.
they don't want people to know that it was you and your bloodline that built those pyramids. That's all. They say it's too genius for a nigga to do it. That's all that means. It's too genius for a melanated person to do it. So they got to give it to an alien. That's all that is.
And that's why they knock their noses and stuff off.
There are people in Egypt right now who call themselves Egyptians that think that they've been there forever, when we know that they it's
but the craziest thing is they also know. I mean, the tricks are like they know, just like we know. That's why I say the stuff with with all this Jewish stuff going on in this country and everything.
Absolutely.
They know, because if they didn't know, they wouldn't try to whitewash everything. I even seen, when I was studying years ago, I actually seen them get locked up. People get locked up for actually painting the pictures on the walls white.
Yeah.
They was trying to paint, but see, the paint that came from the original paint can't be duplicated yet either. See what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, I do know. Look, I be studying a lot of stuff. Like I said, I stopped talking to a lot of people because they be thinking I'm crazy, or they be thinking that I don't know stuff, because I stand firm in everything that I stand for. But I'm not going to sit here and try to defend a whole religion because I was not there. But I'm gonna always tell you that this is what I have faith in. This is what I was raised on. I did a lot of studying. I went beyond what they were saying about the Christian Bible here. I started learning about the scrolls, and started learning about the horrors, the eye of horrors. I started learning about all that stuff. And like I said, for us to how can I say this? For us to understand all of that stuff and try to knock somebody else for doing it or having a faith, there's no way that you could study all of that stuff and understand everything that was going on to knock somebody else from their beliefs. That's just me.
Absolutely. But it's you just got to know, like I found out. Our grandparents and great-great-grandparents were dealing with struggle. So they needed to hold on to whatever they could hold on to to get us through. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't able to do what we are able to do today and to learn what we learned today. So I'm not going to criticize them in that way, but I would say they didn't know any better.
Right. You couldn't find out.
They just didn't know any better. You know what I mean? They just did not know. When you're in bondage, you need to hold on to whatever faith you got. And that's where the idea of faith comes from in our community. We have to keep on trucking to keep on trucking. So we sang hymns. We kept on trucking. That turned into music that we play today. In all reality, music is all spirituality. It's all spirituality. When you see these young boys out here, if you put them in a room by themselves and they're just writing some shit, they ain't gonna be the same thing if they put them in the room and they got other niggas around them. So now they got to feed to that. They got to feed that. I remember 2000, like it's clearly 2004. First time I ever seen this. I was working with this group called Goonie Gang, North Atlanta, before Migos. Migos was opening up for these dudes, right? Fresh. I'm talking like, if you go look up Goonies, the Goonies back, it was way before like what you see in Migos. Migos really became what Goonies was, right? But it was a lot of drama, a lot of, niggas getting locked up, all types of shit. But the first time I've ever seen this, they came to the studio. I'm in 4-4 studio, East Side Atlanta. Now, we used to drum machines. I've been used to drum machines since I was in the 90s. You know what I'm talking about? SP1200s, SP1200s, MPCs. I got an MPC 1 now. It's always been me tapping. My music's gonna come from my heart, and I'm gonna tap. I'm gonna tap out a beat. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So in 2004, first time I seen they brought a laptop to the computer. It was the beginnings of Fruity Loop. So Fruity Loop, you pick dots. You pick dots where your beats are. So it eliminates how you fit, how that rhythm is felt.
Yeah.
Now you're using mathematics. So you ain't coming in, my soul is going to get into this beat. Now I'm going to use this computer to make it easier so I can just pick dots in here. We're going to create this beat. I was fucking amazed, but I also said, I remember the day. It was May 23rd because Tawana's birthday was the 26th. I said to myself, it's over. Hip hop as we know it is over. It's done. And there's reason the feeling in the heart, the feeling of it is gone now.
Yeah.
Now anything can come into that. Anything can, I seen it. I seen it. I hear North side Atlanta. I seen it. I seen the devil come in. I seen him. I try to stop it. You can look at old videos. Go to my YouTube page. Go to my shit. Go back to 2008, 7. You can see where the devil came in, how it changed, right? How it changed because the feeling of what was. To answer the question, I know I'm skipping over, but I'm putting it all in the perspective.
You fine.
I'm gonna get to an end to this. When we come from soul music, that's music that's come. We wasn't always writers of music. We didn't write music all the time. The R&B guys did. Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, what's your boy Barry White? Those are the real music writers that we come from who can really write the music. Then later on you got your boy. What's the nigga name that Dave Chappelle used to talk about all the time? Look at Charlie Murphy, Rick James.
Oh yeah.
Rick James, that class. He's a writer. He's the writer of music.
Yeah.
That go-go music. Boom, we don't write go-go music. We feel it.
I don't even get me started on that.
We don't write it. We feel it. All our music comes from feeling. So when they took the feeling away, anything could enter. Once God leaves the room, the devil comes in.
Oh wow.
That's what happened to hip hop. That's what happened to the music.
I could agree with that.
That's why when you listen to my music today, as a 50-plus-year-old, you were like, this nigga sound different, but he got something different. That's all I hear. You can feel what I'm saying to you. Even as old ass nigga. And I talk shit. I let motherfuckers know these youngers can't fuck with me. All kinds of shit. I say shit, but I keep the soul in it. Because it's coming purely from me. Ain't no computer messing with it. Ain't no dots doing it. It's coming straight from here to here to here. You know what I'm talking about? Now they got the AI playing the game with it, so it's gonna get even worse. But it's not. Listen, it's crazy. We're talking about the music in the artist. No, it's the motherfuckers who are consuming it. Y'all need to change your ears up. Stop consuming it. If you know it's poison, why you consuming it? We consume poison until it's gonna kill us, like drugs. You know, like a crackhead. You're gonna smoke them until they're dead. So if you 40 plus and you understand, y'all seen the change in the music, right? Y'all seen the change, right?
Absolutely.
Y'all seen it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys are the leaders of that. You can change that right now. You ain't dead. Nigga, we here. You can change that right now. I have a guy. His name is IQ. EYEQ. He our age. So he got a YouTube channel where he listens to people's music, right? He listens to their music. Bro, half the shit be trash. It be trash, bro. It all sound the same, and they be talking shit about it. They be killing all kinds of shit in their music, right? But because he's more concerned about clicks, he ain't gonna knock that. He ain't gonna knock it. Let it keep coming. The more it keep coming, the more he can grow.
I think I said something about this last week when I was back like 2002, 2001 at a studio, and this was like when Pro Tools really, really first hit the scene. You know, Pro Tools was $600-700 for the program. Yeah, exactly. So if somebody had Pro Tools, like it was really, really doing big things.
Yes.
And dude that owned the studio, we were standing outside with him, and he said, you know, we were talking about the whole Pro Tools thing, and I'm like, damn, I want to get that program. He said, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, you know, Pro Tools is cool or whatever as far as processing the music, you can record at a faster rate. He said, but this shit gonna destroy hip hop. Yes. And he said, because now anybody can make music now.
Anybody can make music.
Whereas before, you had to, you know, record labels had artist development.
That's right.
Where you had to sit down, like you had to know how to do an interview. You had to know how to write a whole song. You had to understand bridges and hooks. You had to understand certain shit like that. You had to understand vocal tone. You had to understand frequencies. You had to understand all of that shit because that's what made good music. But what happened was I can go home
That's
Like
right.
right now, because I got Pro Tools on this laptop.
That's
Right
right.
now, I can stop this stream,
That's right.
turn on Pro Tools, make
That's
a
right.
song, and upload it to a streaming platform in an hour.
In an hour.
No filter. Nobody to listen to it. Nobody to say, yo, that might not be. And so what that did was eliminated artist development and created the yes man. And now that's why you got motherfuckers in the studio with 30 fucking people and everybody saying the song fire and you ain't heard shit.
Ain't heard shit. That's what
I tried to.
That's it.
I tried to tell a motherfucker about that on them go-go pages. Am I y'all hearing the echo from me?
No, you good.
Are you good?
I'm on go-go pages and I keep trying to tell them. They keep saying go-go need to go mainstream. Go-go. Man, if you take go-go and it go mainstream, they're gonna take the purity of it. None of the go-go players went to class and took classes and learned how to play. That's what the music's so wrong, and that's why I want people from other states and shit when they hear it, they're like, "Man, what is that?" It's because it's music by us.
That's right.
For us.
That's right.
So it's not for everybody. I got a buddy. He was just on here. I don't know if he's still on here. Malachi is still on here, but I always say people name anyway. But they keep on saying that go-go is dying. Go-go ain't dying. Go-go is cranking. It's just not meant for. It might not be meant for down south.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It might not be meant for those people, but that shit gonna be alive and run the DMV forever.
Absolutely.
Because it's wrong. And it's
a live form music. It's a music that's performed live, bro.
That's right.
I always say this. Herbie Lovebug got as famous as he did because he used to go to Howard Homecoming and he used to go to DC and he used to go to the Go-Go's. That's where that go-go swing came from that you used to hear them rap about. That's how you was able to get EU on a song. So they knew, and I watched the interview with Play where he was talking about it. And he said, yo, you ever been to a go-go in DC? And the dude was like, no, he said, if you ain't never been to a go-go in DC, then you don't get it. He said, you go into that hole in the wall, it's hot, sweaty, you got to drink, and they in there cranking. And like, so go-go I don't need to hear Taylor Swift doing go-go.
But we knew that back in the 80s when, I don't know if y'all knew this, you know, JYB was the first go-go band signed to Def Jam.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what's the white boy?
Leo Cohen.
No, way before him, bro.
Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin, he knew then. He found out then. He was like, no, this is made for live. This ain't gonna work on wax.
Yes.
Because he didn't get the same feeling in the studio.
No, you're not. Here doing the butt don't give you that same. We love doing the butt.
That's it.
But that joint live is a whole different vibe, though.
Whole different thing. There's a go-go band here in Atlanta called the Metro Boys.
Yeah, they spread.
Yeah, it's a bunch of boys from DC and Maryland that started going to Morehouse. We started going to Morehouse, so they started playing in Buckhead. They used to crank, but the people didn't know how to take it.
Right.
So it just became a thing that all the people from Maryland and DC would go down there and crank with them.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who didn't know what it was, they sitting around and scratching their head like, "What the fuck is this?" And you can see it, like they grooving, but they ain't getting it.
When we went to Freaknik. The year we went to Freaknik, Backyard played down there.
Yeah.
You only seen people from DMV and Maryland dancing, everybody else like that. We had a MR6 and we was driving that and we was cranking go-go the whole time.
Yes, sir.
Greeny was on here just now. He was with me. People was like, man, what the fuck is y'all listening to that junk lad? Then even with family members, when they came through, I'm like, yo, listen. I let them hear go-go on cassette tape, whatever. But when I took my cousin down Robinwood and he saw a jump, my nigga been listening to Junkyard ever since then. Ever since he went to Robinwood and was like mad that the show was over.
Because he had the real experience.
Yeah.
It's a real experience.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
Now to circle back how this conversation started. I don't know if y'all seen it. Did y'all see? You might not have. How can I share a picture on this screen? Can I do that?
Nah,
I
only way
usually
you
take
would be
my
able to.
phone and put it up.
Yeah, the only way you'd be able to do it is hold your phone up to the camera.
All right, check this out. I just picked this up recently. Now, the average person will see this. I don't know if y'all can see this, bro. God damn. Damn, you can't see. That's too much light.
I can see it. I see it. That's what a lot of them musicians are starting to set those.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See that?
Oh yeah, I see it.
That's my new cover for my new song that I'm working on right now. It's called Supreme Being.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? You see the deities? Now, I did that for a reason because I know people don't understand. The first thing they're gonna say is this double worship.
Yeah. It's because of the other images that they putting on there.
Because they don't. The only image they know is one when it comes to spirituality. Yeah. That's all it means. It's all the same thing. They just got their spin to it. This image is no different than the cross that you see. It's the same. It's the same understanding. It's the same understanding.
But now, see the thing that's getting it twisted is like, all right, you take the cross, right?
Yeah.
It's the same shape, and then when you turn it upside down, what does that mean?
When the cross is upside down,
yeah,
that's defying the devil, right?
That's what they doing. That's what I'm telling you with that shit. Like that same picture you just showed me.
Yeah,
you seeing all of these rappers sitting in that same position, but they got devil shit all over them. It's not the same picture, but it's the same concept, and that's where the mind fuck comes in. If you pay attention to all the shit that's around it, you'll see them sliding the 666 up.
I agree.
You'll see them. See, that's where when I try to explain to people, they like, well, this is that. But
no, that's real.
You're not watching the manipulative part of it, because that's what they're doing. They'll show you, like, you'll take yours, right? That same exact picture. And now, if you go on any of these rap videos, you can do it when we get off here. Beyonce, all of them, they sitting in that same position, but they have the
horns,
and they have the goat, with the half human body. They got all of these representations. They in plain sight.
Well, see, but look,
they're trying to trick your subconscious part of your mind. And see, that's when they talk about having the third eye open, have to pay attention to shit, because they feeding you shit right in front of your face.
Again, the Baphomet. You're talking about the Baphomet.
That's right. That's right.
So he's doing this. He has a finger up. He has a finger down. You can't see my hand. He has a finger up and a finger down. He has woman and man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Those that's above is here upon earth. They wanted to bring heaven upon earth. They wanted to bring spirituality into the physical form. That's why they talk about Lucifer coming down to earth and jumping to these bodies. They say we are spiritual beings in a physical form.
Right.
So we're living a physical spirituality. Right? Now, it's all interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then it gets twisted. See, these guys that came up in the 70s and the 80s, when they was doing punk music and hard rock music, they was using those deities too. And they realized they was getting a lot of money from it. They realized that people was really getting attracted to that because people like the mystic. People are intrigued by mystery. They just are. I went to a Bad Brains concert.
I don't know how you do it.
Oh, it was dope, bro. That was my ecstasy days.
Right.
It was dope. But I believe that your Beyonce's and your Jay-Z's, I think they got onto it later. I don't think they knew what it was in the beginning. Because if so, music is spiritual. It would be in their music. It wasn't in her music early. It was in her music later. So I think exposure. When Jay-Z did the album with the 3 lines in it, and he did the video in the art gallery with old girl, the devil worship girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was getting knowledge. She ain't telling him it's devil worship. She's telling him you are the example of God upon earth. Shit like that, making him feel like he.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think Jay-Z went on Breakfast Club with the Star David on his chest. Remember that?
I was just watching that yesterday. They showed the clip of it, and he didn't know what it was.
When he ever was writing about that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna give a brother credit for even wearing it. So somebody had to give him some kind of knowledge.
Yeah.
Somebody gave him something. See, but what I'm saying is, the more we understand what it is, the more we can take it away for those who's taking advantage of it, and allowing people to say, okay, that's devil worship. When I know it's not, bro. It's not devil worship. What constitutes a devil?
Anything constitutes.
If somebody was told you to write down 3 things to say that's a devil, what would it be?
That's hard. Because I go on actions.
Murder, rape, theft.
I'm gonna say manipulation.
Manipulation
is one of them. Maybe.
We can name that until we turn blue. There's only one representation of that on this planet. Who that is? Who did all that?
Yeah. Right. So that is always been that way. If you want the world to be right, you gotta get rid of one thing.
He's standing behind the cross, though. He's standing behind the cross. They got Donald Trump right now talking about he's the second coming of Christ, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's all. You know, you gotta live in a stupid ass world. You can't change stupidity. Just like Donald Trump a couple years ago said that he didn't believe in God or whatever, and then now he's selling Bibles and people.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, you gotta take that shit on the chin. But them, they do anything.
But you got to switch it. It's the same concept on the other side. You have ignorant people who don't know no better. They don't know no better.
Like I said, they taking stuff. They taking stuff. Remember when I first got into the conversation, I was saying that as I was learning stuff, I could actually see why people was feeling some way, and then something came to me and told me that I need to go beyond stuff that I see all the time.
Right.
And I need to go past the research that they handed to you right here.
Right.
And that's when I started getting enlightened. Right. And that's when I started hearing people acting like I was crazy. I didn't know what I was talking about. And then I had some people come back to me and say, yo, man, look that shit up you were talking about, yo, that shit real. I said, you think I just sit around and make shit up? No, I just go beyond.
Yeah.
And what I'm telling you is I'm not saying that it's 100% true, but it's more to it than what's just scratching the surface. And that's what they're doing with the satanic thing you saying. Right. They taking symbols, like you said, and telling, I mean, just look right here.
Mm-hmm.
What does that show you right there?
The head of the Baphomet and an upside down cross.
They showing you symbols that no one, that cross upside down doesn't represent nothing but a cross turned upside down.
That's all it is. That's all it is. That's what I'm saying. Because but you understand that.
Right.
You understand it. The average don't. like I said, our grandparents and parents before them, they didn't know no better. They see that and be like, oh my God, that's the devil.
Yeah.
That's the devil. Ain't no. Listen, we all listen.
We can talk. I'll tell you, this conversation could go on for centuries.
I know.
Don't stop. Don't stop. We don't want you to stop, bro.
I'm sorry.
That's why the show called Let Me Talk, man.
Bro, I'm saying, see, I think we have a duty, right? We got a duty. We have a duty to give understanding. That's why I didn't come here and no rah-rah. It's about understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Once two people understand each other and sit down and communicate, you get a better understanding of it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's what it should always be. You know what I mean? Like I was on a Zoom call like this, similar, but I didn't know how to work shit, but I was on there. So apparently there's a small community in the UK who's fucking with Ula 808. Fucking with his music, right? Fucking with it. So one of the girls in there said, well, I really love what you're doing. I'm so surprised that you're not popular in America. I said, I would never be popular in America.
You had to dumb down your music.
I can never be that. Not even the music. The fact that I'm a 50-year-old guy who's making rap music.
Right.
Just the idea of that is unfathomable for someone in America. That's the American understanding. We're the only people on the planet that think like that.
Because we don't share, like they was talking about that though. That's why you got. That's why Rolling Stones and all they can still travel and do 100 cities and because their fans revere their music. Hip hop is the one genre of music where your average lifespan is 2.5 albums.
That's right. That's it. I do it for a hobby and I love to do it. What you expect me to do? You expect me to be old? I even wrote this in a song once. You expect me to be old, sitting back, listening to jazz all day? I did that already when I was in my 20s. You dig it?
That's what made good music. Because when we sat back in the day and listened to everything. We was young. They ain't had no rap city and all that. We listened to Cindy Lauper. Goddamn. Anything that was on that women's song, Boy George used to be on there all the time.
Right. We're the only people on the planet that think like that, man.
But only rap music.
But I truly believe that the industry did that too because they wanted to manipulate the young boys.
Absolutely.
So in order to manipulate the young boys, the old niggas can't be involved.
Right, you can't be in their ear because they don't want to hear it. Right. If you make sense of it, if you tell them something that makes sense,
yes, sir.
They gonna go to them dudes and be like, shit, they got all the money, so why not listen to them?
Exactly.
So many rappers then came out and said, I went to the music producer and I was this type of rapper, and they were like, nah, man, you got to change your outfit, you got to turn your hat around back, put your pants on your ass, all that shit.
Absolutely.
Like you said, we fed that shit. And now that we older, because two of us are in our 50s, one of us still a little young buck.
Already.
So no, what I'm saying, man, is like you said, I get what you're saying.
We all got
one thing I do want to say is I appreciate how you came on here because we just had a situation last week. And I hate keep bringing it up, and I'm not bashing dude, but he had a lot of good points. But he didn't want to hear nothing we had to say.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not good. And then when you came on here, the first thing popped in my mind was, oh my Lord, here we go with this shit again. And you came right on here and smoothed that shit out quick and easy. I'm gonna give y'all some information, but I'm not gonna just try to fuck your mind over and to believing in my belief, but I'm gonna feed you. And now
that's
I
not even my belief,
respect you
bro.
for that
That's not
shit.
even my
I
belief.
respect you for that shit.
It's not even
Yeah,
my
this
belief.
definitely one of the best conversations of the year so far.
Yo, it's not even my belief. It's just understanding.
That's all.
That's all it is. Conversation goes two ways. You know what I mean? If I see some brothers, if I see a situation that I think needed input, I'm just inputting. So now you have a better grasp of it. So now when you see certain things, you be like, oh, you know what? Who did say some shit like, hold up now. Let me fall back and let me see what this really means. You know what I mean? Because they
see, that's why I do. I go research it after people tell me stuff. Like some of the stuff dude was saying, I went and but a lot of the stuff he was saying I already knew.
Yeah.
But like what you like, what I do is I go back and I look at more of what I was already studying, and then to add to what you, and then I'll come on here next week and I'll be like, CEO, your boy was saying some real shit about this, or we'll talk offline like, man, this dude wasn't saying shit at all. He was just talking a bunch of nonsense.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate your brothers, man. I got to go, but I appreciate you brothers letting me and speak my piece. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. Appreciate you.
Hey, if you ever want to come on here and
every
put the music on here or something, let us know.
I got
and
you,
we
bro.
can play something.
Now I know how to get on here.
Whatever.
It took me like 10 minutes to figure it out.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to get
he
on.
do all that shit.
I was
he ring me in.
I had to go through Firefox, then it Google, and I was like, damn. All right, gentlemen.
All right,
appreciate
bro.
you,
Appreciate you, though, man.
All right, peace.
Be safe.
Peace. Yeah, I like that conversation right there. Definitely a good one. Everybody talking about we need to have part 2 next week.
We say that every week, man. We be all over the place, man. Because we got so into the conversation, but some of the stuff that they were saying, in the back with regular people that watch all the time.
Right.
We got away from that real quick. That like what Chad said. See, those things. What's up, Troy?
Troy. Cousin Troy, what up, though? But
Chad Rock Wright is not crazy at all, bro. They fucked her. They fucked her career over. She disappeared for a while, and then she came back, and now she telling everything she saw.
Yeah.
So she damn sure not crazy.
I don't think she is either.
Every time she say something, son, you wait a couple months or a couple weeks, the fucking receipts come up through other people that ain't got shit to do with. Don't even fuck with her. It's people that don't even fuck with Chad Wall right. Proving that the shit that she's saying is fact.
It's wild, yo. Like I'm ready to watch. I'm probably gonna watch shit about her tonight. Her and Gene Deal, yo. Like I watch all of their interviews, yo. But Gene Deal been saying the same thing for the past 20 years, yo.
He said ain't nobody want him though.
He's been saying the same thing for the past 20 years now. Motherfuckers listen. Now everybody like, Gene, so what you think? He like, man, I told y'all this shit. I told y'all this shit.
They want to call everybody that got some fucking information about something a snitch.
Yeah.
Gene, his job back then, they had them secrecy clauses and all that shit, their contracts and all that shit. So people like, why you didn't say nothing then? He couldn't.
He
you know what I'm saying? But there's people that did say something.
And
y'all knew Diddy was a freak. Y'all knew Diddy was a freak. The bitch was fucking with Aaliyah. How the fuck Aaliyah has R. Kelly, what's his name? Dame Dash, Jay-Z, all these old ass niggas smashing off on this, trying to smash off on this little young ass girl. How that little young ass girl had your brain turned out like that? That's because they weak, they mind weak. To me, Aaliyah was a beautiful young lady. But if I'm looking at Aaliyah back then from right now, There's no way I would try to fuck no goddamn Aaliyah.
Her mother did that. Her mother and father did that shit to her.
Yeah, all them parents are the blame.
Her
But
mother and father did that shit to her, man.
man, you
Like,
ain't know
I don't care what nobody say.
all of them.
I just don't. As a
All of
parent,
them parents are guilty, son.
as a parent, you just it's some like I don't care how good my daughter can sing. My
She ain't
daughter do
singing,
not
man.
need to go out of state with a grown man,
Without me?
without me or her mother
Shit.
up under her to make sure that ain't shit. Like it's just weird to me, yo. Like, and I think what happened was like a lot of these people, you know, people like because we had the 2-hour mark now. These people knew what the fuck was going on, but you know, that's a whole nother motherfucking conversation.
That's what we're gonna talk about next week. They
That's what we
sacrifice
had
their
next
own
week.
kids.
That's what we had. People that sacrifice their kids. Well, again, we appreciate y'all. Ula, appreciate you, OG, as
I ain't
always.
seen Uli in years either.
I know, right? Appreciate you. Shout out to Perfection Band. You know what I mean? If you know who Uli is, then you know Perfection Band is, then you know who Uli Ray is. It is, you know what I mean? By waters all day. But I appreciate everybody for showing up. You know what I mean? Next week, we're going to get back into the conversation next Tuesday. This Saturday, event in Odenton, Bars Over Bricks. Put it on the floor. You know what I mean? Seriously, main event, Smurf versus Swamp. So it's going to be crazy. And as always, bro, I appreciate you. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you too,
Definitely was one of them good conversations right here. And y'all go to YouTube and type in Let Me Talk, the podcast with the colon, and put the podcast, and it'll pull up. It'll be a green circle with a white letter L, and that's going to be our page. You can go pick the live section, and you can see every joint we've done in the past couple years. I think maybe except for like 2. But
and also, y'all, if y'all want topics for us to talk about, y'all see how we do. We don't go on script. Whatever the fuck somebody want to talk about, that's what we talk about. So if y'all got some ideas, like that shit duty centers, man, that shit deep. But you got a lot of studying on that.
Yeah, like I find something new every day when I'm looking at
every time you try to read, then it's long.
Hell yeah. But
so y'all figure some things out. So yeah, that's what we gonna do. But man, I appreciate you for having this. I appreciate you live coming on here because that was that shit. That was good conversation.
Absolutely.
And that's how we need to talk, yo. We need to listen to each other, man.
We walked away from that conversation with an understanding, something that we may not have known before we had that conversation. And that's where our people got to get to. We got to get to being able to, once we all as a people can agree to, once we can agree to disagree about certain things, then we'll start to see the growth, because then we can sit down and talk. If we know that we can agree to disagree, you know what I mean? And like I said, that's what the whole reason for starting this. You know what I mean? My pops, love you, pops. He always said you should be able to have a conversation with somebody. You don't have to agree with them, but you also don't have to be an asshole either. You can walk away from that conversation.
I ain't got no freeze pop, B.
You talking about freeze pops?
Hey, they ain't frozen.
Appreciate y'all.
I got them, but they ain't frozen.
We love y'all, and we'll be back next week. Y'all pull up and join us next week, man. Mikey, I'll holler at you, bro. Love you.
Love you, B.
Always. I'll get up with you.
All right. Peace.